right in the middle of trying to figure out how to deal with this pandemic, this horrible event in Minneapolis happens where George Floyd was murdered in the street. It was witnessed by so many people, and there was so much documentation of it that it just shocked the whole country. The response was just so overwhelming. People getting beaten, people getting gassed. This militarized police response to peaceful protest tears you apart. To see this young man in this bright orange hoodie, it was almost part of his protest by saying, I'm not trying to hide. This is who I am. This is what I look like. I'm going to stand up and show the world that I'm not afraid. I think the message for all of us, considering what we've been through in the last 5 years, what we're still going through as a country in terms of how divided we are, that the only way to affect real change is to be engaged as an individual. Whether it's in your community, on a state level or a federal level, it's about how we want to be as a society. Do we want to be a society that is inclusive, or do we want to be exclusive and divided? That's sort of what I'm trying to say in this painting.
Triple Threat is a three-dimensional mixed media collage I started to create in the beginning of 2020. I saw John Lewis on the cover of a magazine, and it was a very heartfelt, emotional photograph. I was inspired by the article that was written about his life, so I took it out of the magazine and I put it up on my wall. Tragedy after tragedy continued happening, and I found myself hanging up all sorts of photos of crises that were happening globally. That was really the beginning of creating Triple Threat. In the center there is a slumped glass globe that symbolizes the importance of nurturing our planet. The globe is surrounded by stories of events that have to do with the COVID-19 pandemic, climate change, and racial injustice. I felt it was important to create a piece documenting this period of time and our history. My goal with Triple Threat is to make sure it ends up in a place for educational purposes and documentation. This piece represents the beginning of the new world we live in today, and the steps we need to take together in healing our planet.
I began by making these photographs from above in a helicopter, looking at pieces of land and abstracting them by just being anomalous, a thing that would change in time. I have a tremendous grouping of aerial photographs that I've made that are potential to move to this next level of making carpets. The pandemic has made me, but I think all of us, kind of much more receptive to the way we live, the way we need to give back to people. My small contribution of helping 40, 50, 100 families make carpets is a great micro-enterprise to work on. These are Tibetan and Nepalese weavers. It's about indigenous people making a good living and supporting themselves. I'm just interested in everything they possibly can do so I can push their talents more and we can give more opportunities.